This is a pretty cool dollar, don't you think? So we're doing a little bit something different. We're actually reviewing something instead of playing it. Well, I mean, technically I did play it. I made a video about it. Alright, let's just get this main big topic out of the way. The physics. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, it's a VR game, so the physics don't really matter. Shut up, you're a fucking bitch. And yes, physics actually do matter in a VR game, because otherwise you're gonna feel like a fucking ghost. But anyway, Bonelab, they have one of the best physics in any VR game I've ever played in my life. Besides from like Boneworks or like Half-Life Alyx or some gay shit, this tops it 100%. Like, let's just say some examples. You pick up a box, you throw a box. You pick up a sword, you pick up a sword. You punch an enemy in the dick, you punch an enemy in the fucking dick. It's like that. So, even people from the previous game, they said, oh hey, the climbing mechanics, don't really feel well. But instead of them not giving two fucks, they actually made the climbing mechanics so much more better. And this is one of the main reasons why Bonelab should have actually won Best VR Game at the fucking Game Awards instead of a fucking mouse. Now, the accessibilities. There is a lot of stuff you could do after the game. Like, when you beat the actual game. Which is one of the main things. Capsules. Capsules are basically this thing where, there's these little collectibles that you can have, and then if you're playing, some sort of, sandbox or any type of mode, you can spawn them. The more orbs you get, the more stuff you have. The least orbs you get, the least stuff you would have. So you really need to go and find most of these. And there will be new ones, every update and blah 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 blah. There's also 6 different types of, modes. One of the main modes, which I love the most, is actually the mods, which basically, you could download Mario Kart, you could download a Rick and Morty avatar, God of War avatar, you could even download, playground options, right? Like, if you want to, you could download, the Griffin's house, and you could do whatever the fuck you want there. If you want, to be as the Iron Giant, you could be as the Iron Giant. Another, mode that you could do is experimental. Now, experimental, it's kind of a weird, mode, but it's basically, when, the devs put some experimental stuff, like, as the one that we have right now. It's basically you in a go-kart driving into a bunch of bowling pins. It's kind of boring, but I think they're not going to add more because it doesn't really sound that interesting to anybody. I don't know. Some of the other modes are parkour, which, you guess it, you could basically do parkour maps. You could do parkour over lava, you could do parkour over the city, you could do parkour over, a bunch of any other stuff. Blah 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 blah. It's just parkour in VR. Another one, it's a thing called Tac Trial, which is basically, a thing where, different types of enemies spawn, and you need to kill all of them to unlock certain parts of the area. Let's just say you need to kill 15 enemies in a certain area. You kill 15, you proceed to the next area until, some of it ends. Another area you could do is called actually Arena, which you battle an infinite amount of, people or enemies. Like, you do an infinite amount of, enemies, and you can either use guns, weapons, or you could just beat the shit out of them with your fist. The final one is actually one of my favorite ones. It's called Sandbox, which basically, you guess it, it's a sandbox mode, which basically is where you'll be able to play like your mod levels, the levels that are in the game. Like, you can replay basically all the levels that you play in the main game. And let's just say you're playing the main story and you like the certain level. Well, guess what? After you're done with the game, you could replay that level. Yay! And there's also different kinds of other levels or areas in the game. Like, there's even a level from the first game called Tuscany, which apparently a lot of people liked. I don't know, because I never played the first game, because I don't have a PC to even run my headset. And you may be wondering,
Oh, well, how are you recording this right now if you don't have a PC?
shut up, you're a fucking bitch. This is a laptop. So, fucking get over it. Ah, yes, the amazing action in this game. They just did such a good job with this game. Like, I remember picking up my first gun. I remember getting really excited just because, the amount of fun it is to actually, use a gun. Not trying to say that it's good to use one in real life. Just saying. This is because so that I don't get anything complained about YouTube, because you know how stupid they could be sometimes. But anyway, the guns are really fun. The action is really fun. If you use, like, you could even use a fucking sword and you could fucking slap. So fucking good, man. And even you could even use your bare hands, like how I've said before. It's really good. It depends on the certain type of mode you're playing, like the one that's showing off right now. This is the one of the tactile modes, actually, and it's really fun. Like, just the way that you could just swap out the mags. You can even use, like, download attachments for some of the guns. And one of my favorite parts about the guns, you could literally get a magazine, smack it off the other magazine so that it will come off, and then you could insert the new magazine in the. It's just so fucking good. I might sound stupid by like trying to explain this, but if you actually have tried it, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You can't do this with pistols. This only works for assault rifles. And yeah, only assault rifles, which is kind of sad. But I mean, how the fuck are you supposed to do it with a fucking pistol or a shotgun? But you could do it with like submachine guns or just regular. I don't fucking know. Now, the physics in this game are actually not that bad. If you play on a PC, you're gonna have some mind-blowing graphics because you're playing on a fucking PC. You're spoiled fuck. But if you play on a Quest 2, the graphics are actually not bad for Quest 2. I was experiencing Quest 2 that have really bad like graphics, but they're actually not bad. But yeah, I know, of course, you got PC, which looks, far more better. But for like the Quest 2, it looks like a actual, Quest 2 game. And if you play throughout the game, there will be just so much more, graphics. There'll be much more, beautiful, more areas. You can see, like, there's this one area where you basically, shoot. It's like an arcade shooter kind of thing. Like from the, like if you go to the amusement park. I don't fucking know. It's kind of confusing. It's kind of confusing how to talk about, but it's something like that. But other way, graphics surprisingly really good. Now, the experience of playing this game depends on the type of person I feel like you are. If you're more like me and have been waiting ever since this game got revealed, then you would be experiencing a amazing, like, so many hours built in the game. But if you're more of a puzzle type guy, more of a of a different kind of person, if you're a different kind of person, then this game, it might not be for you because there's mainly action in this game. But if you're like me and you actually like action in this game, then it will be a fucking amazing experience for you. If you like stuff like this, when you're basically killing enemies left and right, then it's you should get the fucking game. But anyways, I remember the day this game came out. I remember it was around 2 o'clock-ish. I bought the game the same day. I literally ran to my house like I'm a fucking kid to play this game. And I spent so many hours on that day. Like, I didn't even eat my fucking dinner.
Oh my god, guys, he didn't eat his dinner because of a video game.
Oh my god, get out. You're making me sound like I'm a fucking kid.
Now, you may be wondering, oh, this kid's gonna get it because, you know, spent so many hours on it. I'm not gonna give it a full score. I'm actually gonna give it a 9. Actually, no, what the fuck am I saying? I'm giving this game a 10 out of 10. This game has done everything properly. It has done better graphics. It has done better physics. It has done like more of a better experience of playing the game. Has more accessibilities, and has so much more fucking shit in the game than compared to Boneworks. So now, you know, by the end of this shitty video, I'm just gonna, you know, continue looking at this fucking $1 coin. It's actually from 2011, and it has a deer on it. Whoa! Now, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna continue looking at this. Why the fuck are you still here? Did you actually... Do you actually like me looking at a fucking coin? Wow, you're fucking weird.